All right, if you really want to master American English pronunciation, or maybe more importantly, teach it to someone else, there is one sound you absolutely positively have to know. It's the most common vowel sound in the entire language, but here's the crazy part. It's often kinda invisible. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain and master the schwa. So you might be asking, why all the hype? Why is this one sound so important? Well, think about this for a second. 1 out of every 5 words you hear in American English has this exact vowel sound in it. That's huge. It's not just some common sound. It's like the hidden engine of the language, the thing that gives it that natural rhythm and flow. And that, of course, leads us to the big question, right? What in the world is this sound that pops up everywhere but nobody ever seems to talk about? Let's break it down. So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to get to know this mystery vowel. Then I'll walk you through exactly how to make the sound yourself. It's super easy. After that, we're going to do a little interactive practice together. Then we'll become detectives and learn how to spot it in any word. And finally, I'll show you why knowing this one little sound is basically a pronunciation superpower. Okay, let's jump right into section 1, the most important vowel. I love calling it the unsung hero of American English, and you're about to see exactly why. So here it is, the schwa. You see that phonetic symbol there? That's our guy. Simply put, the schwa is a super short, totally neutral vowel sound. And the key, the most important thing to remember, is that it only ever shows up in unstressed syllables. You can think of it as the default sound your mouth makes when it's just relaxing. And that's exactly why we hear it all the time in American English. And trust me, you've been using this sound your whole life. The trick is just learning to hear it. It's all about finding that weak, unstressed syllable. Listen closely. Ago, above, person, parent, action. Did you catch that little sound in person and parent? That's it. That's our hero, the schwa. Okay, now that we know what it is, let's get practical. In section 2, we're moving from theory to practice. Let's get into the mechanics of how you actually make this sound. Honestly, it's about as simple as it gets. You can do this with me right now. First, just let your mouth open a tiny bit. Second, let your lips relax completely. No smiling, no rounding, just neutral. Third, your tongue should just be hanging out in the middle of your mouth. Not high, not low, just right in the center. And fourth, and this is the most important part, relax your tongue. Seriously, let everything go totally limp. This is the #1 rule of the schwa. I want you to burn this into your brain. If you feel any tension at all in your jaw, your lips, your tongue, you're not doing it right. This sound is all about using the absolute minimum amount of effort. You could say it's the laziest sound in all of English. Okay, ready to try it? Let's just make the sound by itself. Relax everything in your mouth and just make a short, weak sound. Just a little puff of air, like this. Uh. Now you try it. Go on. Yep, that's it. Awesome. Now, for my favorite part, section 3. This is our interactive workshop. This is where we're going to build some muscle memory and really get comfortable with this sound. Let's start with the word ago. Now, the stress is on go, right? That means the first letter, A, is unstressed, so it turns into a schwa. Listen again, ago. That first little sound is the schwa. Ago. Okay, now you say it. Perfect. Excellent. Let's try another one. Above. It works the same way as ago. The stress is on the second syllable, bove. So that just relaxes into a schwa. Above. Let's do this one together. Ready? Above. One more time. Above. Now, here's a really good example of how the schwa can be a little tricky. Take the word pencil. The stress is clearly on pen. That means the vowel in the second syllable, which is spelled with an I, becomes a schwa. So we don't say pencil, we say pencil. Listen, pencil. All right, your turn. And for our last practice word, let's look at product. The stress is on pro, which means that U in the second syllable becomes a schwa. Product. It's that same lazy, relaxed sound again. Say it with me. Product. Fantastic, you're getting it. Okay, so you can say it. Now let's work on finding it. In section 4, we're going to put together a little field guide because the schwa can be spelled in some pretty sneaky ways. Now, this is what makes the schwa so tough for a lot of learners. It can be spelt with pretty much any vowel letter. The A and above, the O in today, that I in pencil. They can all make that exact same sound. The only rule that matters, the number one thing to remember, is this. You will only find the schwa in an unstressed syllable. That is your key.
But here's the good news. There is a pattern. About a third of the time, that schwa sound is spelled with the letter A. So if you're on the hunt for a schwa, an unstressed A is always your best bet. After that, O and E are also really common suspects.
And just like that, we're at our final section, your pronunciation superpower. Let's wrap things up by looking at what you've just accomplished and why this is such a big deal for you as a current or future teacher. So let's do a quick recap. You can now identify the schwa, that neutral, unstressed, hero vowel. You know exactly how to make it just by relaxing your mouth. And you know how to find it in the wild, no matter how it's spelled. This isn't just about one sound. This is the key to teaching a natural, fluent American English accent. See, mastering the schwa isn't just about learning one sound. It's about fundamentally understanding the rhythm and the stress patterns of the whole language. It's the key that unlocks that natural native-like sound. So the only question left is, now that you have this key in your hand, what other secrets of pronunciation are you going to unlock next? Thanks for joining me today.